farmer, friend, singer-songwriter, Lyal Strickland.
And that's farmer, friend, and jack-of-all-trades, Chris Horn.
And we're those Tastebud Guys. Hey guys, welcome back. So we're doing something I think kind of interesting today. We're going to compare the same beer.
Yeah, to itself.
I'm going to compare this one, you're going to compare that one.
Nope, that's not how it's going to go down. We are going to do both of these. They only vary by date. That's it.
Interesting. So, all right, before we get started on that, just really quickly, I want to ask each one of you for a quick favor. While we're sitting here and we're talking about it, go to right below this video. Find the little thumbs up, click on it if you're on YouTube or Facebook, either one, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Share us or comment. So YouTube's got this weird algorithm thing going on where the more a video is liked, shared, or commented on, the more likely it is to appear over there on that side of the screen. Your right, my left, Lyle's left. He's looking like there should be something over there. It should appear over there. Unless you're watching in that theater format, then it's down below you. But anyhow, it would help us greatly so that we appear over there as recommended videos, and that would get us more viewers. The more viewers we have, the more the show will cascade.
And the more beer we can drink.
More beer we can drink.
Yes.
Which we want. So if you're on Facebook, just like and share. If you're on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And otherwise, follow us on Instagram and all that stuff that I'm sure Lyle just put up down here. So now, why are we doing this?
We're doing this because a few weeks back, we were editing one of the episodes, and we were unfortunately out of beer down here. So I ran, or at least out of beer we wanted to drink that night. Ran to the store and picked up a 6-pack of beer. I walked in, I saw Southern Tier Double IPA. I used to be a huge fan of Southern Tier. I say that like I'm not still. It had just been a long time since I had had some Southern Tier. And I was excited because I knew Chris hadn't had it yet. And so I grabbed it and I was like, this will be great. He's like recently gotten into double IPAs. This is one of my favorite breweries. This will be awesome. We got down here, we started editing, we cracked it, and immediately both of us, we were just like, it's not bad, there's just something off. It's not what it should be. It doesn't sparkle like it should. So we got to clinging around on the bottle a little bit.
Incredibly mellow and, I don't want to say musty, but it almost was like this musty.
Yeah. So we started rolling around the bottle a little bit. Turned out the beer that I picked up was a year and 7 months old from the date on the bottle.
That isn't the first time this happened to you.
No. In fact, I actually look for old bottles because usually they're on sale, which is the other thing that irritated me about it. It was full price, and that's not a cheap beer around here.
No.
And so it was I think it was $10 for the 6-pack. And to get an old beer like that at full price, I was just a little irritated, a little disappointed.
So, now, disclaimer, Southern Tier. They're a great brewery. I want to talk to them for just a second before we pop this open. They started back in 2002. They're still in production. They're in 30-plus states within the United States, expanding quickly. They just opened a new brewery in Pennsylvania just a few years back. They've also, in 2016, I think, opened a distillery right next door.
They're doing all sorts of stuff.
So they're doing all kinds of stuff. So this is a really top-notch brewery.
Which we know that because when we were drinking our old beer, we reached out to them and we said, hey guys, this beer is rather old, and we just thought you should know because you don't want someone's first encounter with your beer to be an old beer. They were super kind. They wanted a little bit of information from us, and they sent us a little bit of swag and stuff,
which we are proudly displaying.
Put them back in our good graces as if they had never left.
Yeah, I was going to say. It didn't hurt my feelings, no. But I don't think it was their fault, so.
And then today, Chris goes into the same store we bought the old beer from, and lo and behold, Southern Tier Double IPA from April of this year. Fresh, beautiful.
Yep. Same shelf.
So now we're going to try these back to back.
Yeah, we're just going to each pour half a glass here. We've marked on the back of them new and old, so we didn't forget it. I've got the new one, you've got the old one.
Yep.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Hold on. I said before we started, yours was really cloudy and this one was really clear. And then I was looking just now, you've got a bunch of sediment on the bottom of yours.
Yep.
There is none on this one.
Probably should have rolled it.
Yeah, we'll let it go ahead and go. Oh, we're doing it that way?
Well, yeah.
All right.
I guess we're doing it that way. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's close enough.
All right.
So, there are several things that can make a beer go bad. We're going to talk about that in just a second, but let's go ahead and taste these differences, right?
Let's tell them this is Southern Tier 2X IPA, which is a double IPA, also known as an Imperial IPA. Southern Tier out of, not Yonkers, why did I have that in my name? Lakewood, New York. I don't know where that comes from. Lakewood, New York. This is a 8.2% beer. Mm-hmm. They don't list IBUs. I did find one website that listed it as 80, but that is not official. Did not go off their website, but we're going to go with 80 for now. So
right off the bat, the heads are drastically different. You might have to turn yours for the logo. I probably can't see past the logo there.
I wasn't showing. I was looking for myself. Wow. Yes. Okay. So heads drastically different. Look at the color.
Yeah.
I said that one was cloudier. This one is the old one on this side. This is the new one. There's a clarity difference, a huge clarity difference in them.
So which one are you starting with? You starting with the new one or the old one?
You know, I'm going to start with the new one. I want to know what it's supposed to taste like.
Okay. All right.
So nose-wise, oh, wow. This is crisp, hoppy, got a citrus to it. This one tastes like, or smells like a milk stout. Kind of creamy and mellow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, I just did the old one. So, they're not as different as I expected. So, it could have been slightly that my memory, I built it up that it was like maybe different than it was. But there's still a heavy aftertaste. It's right on the back end of it, right? Sort of a copper.
I think they're pretty different.
Do you?
Yeah. So the nose on this one, like I said, was really crisp and bright. This one's kind of mellow and creamy. And the difference in the flavor, of course, this one was a little more heavier carbonated, so you can feel it kind of
bubbles up a little bit,
bursts out a little bit. But this one's nice and bright. This one kind of flows over and goes almost to just a malty side that more like a butterscotch or
yeah. There's a big mouthfeel difference for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It dissipates, and then at the end, there's like a metallic taste at the end of that one that is not sitting well.
This doesn't feel like a double IPA should feel to me.
Yeah.
But we're talking a year and how long?
Now I think we're at a year and 9 months. So, versus 6 weeks.
Yep. So, I mean, that's why they put that little label on the bottle. It's on this one, it's right up there. It says DOB 041719, right there in the top corner of that.
And we'll be the first ones to tell you, too, that, like, just because a beer is old and maybe doesn't have taste as good, I mean, we complained about it, but we still drank it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's hardly ever a beer that's so bad you can't drink it. Although I've had a couple. but it was, I don't know, It's one of those things that it matters when it matters, and you shouldn't have to police your stores to see that there's a fresh beer.
If they put it on a clearance shelf and said, cheap beer, it's got to go, or even said, hey, this is going old, I need it gone.
Yeah.
No complaints here. I know what I was getting. I would have expected it.
Fire sale. You see them at bars all the time. Like, what's on fire sale, right?
But to just go in there and grab it off the cold rack...
Yeah.
It was a little disappointing to do that. Again, nothing against Southern Tier. They did a fantastic job. It isn't their fault.
Well, they apparently have the problem fixed. I mean, with that one email. Which is props to them as a company. That's awesome.
Let's talk about it very quickly. What is it makes a beer go bad besides age?
Okay, so if you throw back to our Mexican month, where we did a bunch of Mexican beers, we learned with Corona and stuff, right, that, you know, it comes in a clear bottle. Light degradation is a big factor in what can make beer go bad. Now, it's a dark bottle.
Dark bottle.
So what else could have gone wrong?
Well, oxygen's another thing.
Yep.
So if a bottle was not sealed properly or opened and recorked, if you have introduced oxygen in there and you get that other air in there, that will eventually deteriorate. Now, there's a certain amount of O2 that is in this bottle when it's done, and that does affect the aging.
Traveling can affect that a little bit. If it comes a long distance, if it heats up and cools down.
Shook around,
Yeah, all of that can have a little bit of effect. So that might have had something to do with it. Temperature is another thing. Now, temperature, you go what? What's the golden rule? Like, lower the ABV.
The higher the ABV, the higher the temperature can be.
The lower the temperature, the lower ABV.
Yeah, so like your lagers, pilsners, they need to be kept cold, like, that 50, 55 degrees.
And so this is an 8.2. I mean, I don't know if it makes that big of a difference or not. I don't know, but it was right in there.
Some difference.
All right, so those are some of the reasons why beer can go bad. That's probably why,
Bad
Corona...
meaning it'll make you sick?
No, it'll never make you sick. Just, well, I don't know. Can it make you sick ever?
I don't think it's supposed. Maybe a little tummy ache.
Yeah, but it's going to affect the flavor and the taste of it. That's why a little import in a green bottle from Europe that you may have heard of, described as skunky sometimes. A little beer from Mexico that's popular and apparently with beaches and lawn chairs and limes that maybe taste a little skunky.
I don't know if it's, I don't know. Now I feel like people built it up too much. Like, oh, this is delicious. And now I'm not that big of a fan.
Every now and then.
You have to own up to something.
What?
You had a Victoria cold a while ago.
Oh, I did.
And I believe in the episode that I loved Victoria so much, you said, nah, I'm out. What did you say a while ago?
It was good cold. It was good cold. It just wasn't good warm.
That's all I want to say. You may go back to what you was doing.
That's a nice segue. Anyway, we try not to name names on when we're just running the beer down necessarily, unless we're specifically doing it. But if you've had a beer that's skunky, a lot of times it's one of those reasons. Usually light degradation, it seems to be in my frame of reference.
I think usually light is what has the majority to do with it. This one maybe set out. It more than likely it was a temperature thing. I'd say it sat on a shelf somewhere. Probably got transported around a few times. Ended up in the shelf elsewhere. I know this one was the cooler,
back between
but
the cooler and the fridge, or cooler and the shelf.
Temperature changing causes condensation even within there, and that's going to change what happened in there. So
yeah. All right, well, so hopefully that expands your knowledge a little bit. If you do get a chance, go out and try some Southern Tier. They make a whole range of awesome beers. But hey, check that date just to make sure.
I'm excited. I looked at the website a while ago. I'm excited to get some more of their stuff. There's some really interesting beer on there.
We'll definitely be doing some more of their stuff. So, you got anything else?
Nope.
All right, well, until next time.
Whether it be the not old beer you're drinking versus the old beer you're drinking.
The food you're eating.
Clothes you're wearing.
The people you're meeting. Grab a buddy.
Try something new. Not old.
I forgot about that,
So, there's a pretty big difference.